And here we are. We're adding rational numbers again. Now, before you watch this, you need to have tried to work each of the 8 problems in the little foldable that you made. If you have not, pause the video, work the problems, then watch the video. Okay? You're going to get the most out of it if you try these problems first on your own and then see them done again by me. Okay, so here we go. First one, we're going to start upper left-hand corner, and we're going to work our way across and down. So we've got -4 plus 5. Different signs, so we subtract 5 minus 4. That doesn't look so great, does it? And we get 1, and we keep the sign of the largest number, which happens to be 5, so my answer in that case is 1. Going across the page, I've got -7 plus a -3. Same signs, so we add. 7 plus 3 is 10. Keep the sign, -10. Now I've got, working my way down 1, I've got 2 plus a -9. Different signs, so we subtract. 9 minus 2 is 7. Keep the sign of the larger number. Larger number is -9. So it's -7. Okay. Then I've got -6 plus -8. Again, same sign. So 6 plus 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. 8 is 2 bigger, so 12 plus 2, that would be 14. And it's a negative because you keep the sign. Okay, so that gets the top 4 taken care of. I'm going to clear the board because the bottom 4 are going to take a bit more room. Okay. -4 1/2 plus a -2 1/4. Okay. Number 1, gotta have common denominators. Actually, number 1, I've got to have fractions. Just fractions. These need to be improper fractions. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9/2. Plus, and it's a -9/2, a negative. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9/4. Okay. Denominators are not common. But I do see that if I come over here and I multiply this one times 2/2, that will give me a common denominator. So now it would be -18/4 plus a -9/4. Okay, so I'm going back to my rules. If I'm adding and they've got the same sign, I add the numbers, keep the sign. So I'm definitely keeping that negative sign. So I'm going to add across 9 plus 18 is 27. And the 4s stay the same. You do not add denominators, nor do you subtract them. Okay, that's an improper fraction. I cannot have that as my answer. So I would do 27 divided by 4 because that's what this is showing me that fraction is. And I'm sorry, I put 24 there. It's 27. 6 times 4 is 24. And I have 3 left over, so that would be 3/4. So my answer to that problem is 6 3/4. That's exactly what it is. Okay, I'm going to clear this one out. Next problem is -5 2/3 plus 3 1/3. All right. Thank you, Lord Jesus. We have common denominators, so that's going to clear us out a step. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17 thirds, which would be a negative 17 thirds, plus 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10 thirds. So, back to my rules, different signs. I'm going to subtract and then keep the sign of the larger number. So I'm keeping that negative sign. So 17 minus 10 is 7. The denominator stays the same. So I got to do this, change that improper fraction to a mixed number. 3 times 2 is 6, and I have 1 left over. So that would be 1/3. And that, of course, will be a negative 2 1/3. That's what I'm going to get for that problem. Okay. We're gaining on it. We're coming close. Now, anytime you have decimals, the thing that you do is you line up the decimals. So I have negative 0.625 and a negative 1.34. All right, so I'm lining up the decimals, and so same rules, same signs, keep the signs and add. Okay, so I'm adding these, keeping the sign. So I could put a 0 there if I want to fill in. There's 5 and 6 and 9. Bring down my decimal. There's 1. So the answer is negative 1.965. Now, our final problem. Let's get us a little different color. I have 2.75 plus 6.008. So different signs. They are different signs. So I'm actually going to be subtracting and keeping the sign of the larger number. So I'm going to write it this way, because I would like the larger number to be on top when I subtract, because otherwise I'm going to have to write the problem all over again. And I've got 2.75, again lining up my decimals. Okay, and remember, I'm going to subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So it's going to have a negative sign. So, putting a 0 there to fill in, 8 minus 0 is 8. Going to have to do some regrouping here. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 9, that's not a very good 9 in my part. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 5 minus 2 is 3. So my answer is going to be a negative 3.258. Okay, so that should get you through those problems there. And this is how you add and subtract rational numbers, which of course include fractions and mixed numbers and decimals, like we just finished up with. Okay, there's not much more to say other than happy mathing.